Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Thompson Bowling Arena at Food Base Center here in Knoxville, Tennessee, where tonight we have Game 1 of our SimWorld TV doubleheader between the UConn Huskies and the Tennessee Volunteers. I'm B-Ron. Joining me tonight is Yells in the booth here with me. And Yells, good to have you here with me. This is going to be a fantastic contest.
It is. What I do know is we got to go to a quick commercial. We'll be right back.
Well, all right. Welcome back, everyone. Tip-off is getting ready to go here. And here we go. We are on the road to victory for both teams. Who's going to get their second win of the season? We'll find out. You see Tennessee in the road orange and UConn in the home white. Step back jumper, no good. But the second chance up and in.
And
quick work there from UConn.
I can tell you before we even get to breaking these teams down, B1, I think that's gonna be key right there. Malcolm Oliver going back up with the shot, working the offensive glass. That's gonna be the difference in this game. If UConn can hit the glass early and often, that could get Tennessee in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, that's very true. I did say this one was in Tennessee. It's in Stores, Connecticut. It is in Stores, not in Tennessee. There was issues with Tennessee's home arena, so I had to move things and get this over to Connecticut for the night. But there's a foul on Rawls, so this is a free throws here for Boo Boo Morgan.
Yeah, and that is, everything. Prayers up to everyone out there in Florida and the area. Some of the arena issues that have occurred, thanks to that old girl Helene. Hopefully I'm saying that right, but who cares? But nevertheless, I think this game. I'm hearing that there may be some corrections made, or better yet, some role reversal for Tennessee getting another home game later in the season. But B-Ron,
there's always workarounds for these things. But yeah, what's up, y'all?
B-Ron, slow pace early in this one. Slow pace right out the gate, which I think is going to favor UConn.
You know what? You very well could be right. I think that this is going to be a really interesting matchup between these two teams because of that pace difference. Tennessee runs a more read and react style of offense, and Connecticut, they have a more balanced approach to things. So I guess it depends on which one that benefits more, you think.
Yeah, I mean, Tennessee, generally they're looking for the open man. As you find Henrik Vekic coming off a pin down, they've got a lot of shooters, and obviously they have the shooter of all shooters in Trey Turner in college basketball in the nation. So there's a lot of pin downs. There's a lot of off ball action to find shooters open. But UConn has guys that can go get shots. So if they slow this down, not only on the offensive end but on the defensive end, and then punish them on the inside, as I said before, this could be a long game for Tennessee.
Well, now we'll see if Tennessee can punish UConn after the turnover here as they come into their offensive set here. Now, this is a matchup of two top 10 teams who both have aspirations for championships, and there he is, Trey Turner getting things started early for him, and Tennessee coming for a lead for the ball.
Trey Turner. That's a good mess. That sounds kind of old school, but I still like it.
It does, and there's Boo Boo Morgan with a mid-range jumper. He had a big game on opening night in their win against Missouri. He put up 30 points in that one. Against Missouri. Yes, Missouri. He put up 30 points in that win. You think he's going to be a big factor in this one again, Yells?
30-point games for him on a nightly basis. I do not think that's going to be likely. It's a good take there, good contest. I don't think that's something that's going to happen on the regular. That sometimes you just have a big night, and as I say that, he goes right to the rack for the finish. But yeah, I mean, he's more of a facilitator, defender. He gets his in the flow of the game. 30 points, don't count on it.
Well, look, I think that for me the biggest thing I'm looking for in that is who's going to be able to step up around Trey Turner and Henrik Vekic for Tennessee, and then who's going to be able to play well around Freed Redmond and Morgan for Connecticut to get the win in this one.
Well, I see right now this offense for Tennessee is able to get the shots that they're wanting. They're getting their shooters open. If they continue to get looks like that, there's a good contest on the UConn side. If they continue to get shots like that, it'll be a long night for UConn.
Right, yeah. Here comes Tennessee's offense down here. 16 minutes left in the first half. But still a long way to go here in this one. There's a quick ball off of the screen, up and in.
TJ Rockwell. I believe that's TJ Rockwell. Look at my notes here. Another.
And UConn wasted no time coming down the floor. Getting points right back, tying the game up in the process as well.
You see the steady offense move. You see here, when you get it to the high post, he's going to attack the rack.
Yeah, almost got that one to fall there, and there's going to be a charging foul.
Terrible.
On the room for Reed Redmond. There was some subs coming in, and the crowd's not happy about that one. Stores fans letting the referees hear it. Not happy with that one.
I didn't quite see the push off there myself.
Hey, look, I guess that's why we're over here on the sideline talking about the game versus being referees on the floor, yeah.
Interesting. Reed Redmond came out here early to see where UConn goes. If they're going to go to Boo Boo, or if they're going to let Norman Nations take the reins here.
Yeah, we'll see. Henrik Vekic fires short off the front of the rim. Now UConn coming back the other way with it. Morgan with it, trying to find something. And here's Norman Nations coming over from Lakeshore Drive, making the commitment to UConn, going to the Huskies for his freshman season. One of the many SimWorld Prep faces who entered SimWorld U this past season, and that is a great floater from Nations.
Nothing's too much. He used the two-man game there. He used that screen, went straight to the racket, to the rock. Saw that he didn't have, too much further to go. Saw the rim protection there and decided to put up a floaty. Had it to go.
Trey Turner couldn't get that three-pointer to fall. It was a great look for him. He'll take those more times than not if you give him the opportunity to. And there is a personal foul. So that one's also going to be going Tennessee's way as they're coming back down on their side of the floor.
We see Vekic leaving. And one of the things we've seen from Trey Turner, we've seen his ability is, we all get caught up calling him nothing more than one of the greatest, collegiate and prep shooters that we've seen. We'll see what that pans out to down the road. But he's shown the ability to put the ball on the floor.
Right, there's a foul on the jump shot. It's on Boo Boo Morgan.
Refs are going bananas in this one.
No, TJ Rockwell's going to go to the free throw line for Tennessee. Look at his first attempts here at the line here in this one. You were talking about Trey Turner a minute ago, Yells, and how he was a prolific SimWorld prep shooter. You know, holds the record for most 3-pointers in a game still, memory serves. And he's come into SimWorld U and picked up right where he left off, hadn't missed a beat.
Yeah,
As Rockwell gets the first free throw to fall.
Shooters gonna shoot, and shooting is something that translates on all levels. It's if you're in the right system. And Trey Turner is a knockdown shooter.
Knockdown shooter indeed, and you mentioned the ability to put the ball on the floor, but his defense also goes underappreciated at times too. I think.
Absolutely agree.
Great on-ball defender, and I think he'll have to be tonight as well. As UConn looks to work here offensively. Shot clock is down to 10 seconds here. They got to get a shot up here quickly, and that's stripped away, and it's going to stay Austin's ball as Turner knocks away, and he was right there.
Speaking of the devil, getting his hands on the ball, very active hands, surprisingly quick with his lateral movement, contests everything. You know, he's a classic example of what people say, you know, defense is an effort. It's an effort skill, and he puts forth the effort. So as long as you're doing that, you know, you're going to make things harder for the opponent on the other side.
Right, exactly. UConn gets a shot off at the buzzer of the shot clock, and that does not go. Now quickly the other way come the Vols. Just slowing down a little bit. Trey Turner gets around the screen and to the rack with one hand.
There's some more of that quickness we're talking about. He's froze the defense, having them thinking he was going to pull up on a three. He actually have him running a bit of point doing the ball handling there, and he attacked the rack, showing some surprising explosiveness there.
And here's a mismatch. Good luck trying to defend that. That is too easy.
Big Kevin.
Easy.
Big Kevin Sullivan. Was he 275 around mound? Yeah, that's the mismatch of all mismatches.
Yeah, and I remember when we last heard about Sullivan, he was trying to take his talents to the Sumo Wrestling Federation, but it seems like he decided to play a little bit more basketball as well. We're good on him to continue pursuing both wrestling and basketball as the Volunteers come back with it after the steal. I really like their defense so far, Tennessee's.
Actually, to be honest, I like the defense on both sides of this. A little slower pace than what we normally see here, but they're contesting everything. What we see, look at that great contest there from Kevin Sullivan. Not the quickest, but he made sure to get his hands above his head at all times, in which you are a lot longer and a lot quicker with your arms stretched out than you are with them down by your side. You know, he did not have the speed advantage there, so he was sure to contest vertically.
Right, and he did it without fouling too, as Fabian Terrell puts in the points there using the glass. Turner attacking inside, can't get it. Wrong defense there from Terrell, as now pass goes inside and up and in. 4 quick points in set for UConn. 4-point lead for the Huskies.
I like to see Al Osmi working on the inside. There's not a whole idea. You see Kevin Sullivan out. Malcolm Oliver is out of the game. When these college teams, sometimes get into the one-man offense, that's where things fall apart. That's not really with a great steal there from Jason Hutcherson.
Yeah, now Tennessee looking to respond and use that to get some of these points back. They're trailing by 4. Been a competitive back and forth game so far, as expected. I like now Al Osmi. Step back from the post, off the back of the rim, no good. And a little bit too much speed on that one, as that's going to be a turnover. And Fabian Terrell, a little bit too quick, trying to get around the corner and stepping on the line. Subs now, as Trey Turner is going to exit the ballgame for the first time.
Now where do you go offensively?
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait a little longer to figure that out. Tennessee is going to call a timeout. We're going to take a quick break ourselves, folks. Come right back. Welcome back, everyone. 18-14. Huskies out in front over the number 3 team in the nation. Huskies number 9 entering this contest here tonight. We've seen a good start so far from some of the usual suspects, but coming up after this game is the post-up, and then after the post-up, Syracuse takes on USC as the Orange travel to California. Gabe Pope and J-Mo in that one for USC and others, going up against the Aaron Cruz and the Orange after this game.
That's a battle of the coast. That's a big-time battle of the coast, right? Can you get any more SoCal than USC, and can you get any more Northeast without it getting weird than Syracuse?
I was gonna say you got Maine up there, and you got other schools out there, Boston College, it's fine, whatever, right? I get what you mean. Though. The old, look, Carmelo Anthony's legend is still very popular in Syracuse for good reason. It's Kevin Sullivan, foul called on him.
Now there's
we'll see some free throws here.
That's the kind of foul we expect from Kevin Sullivan. He put him out there and just power drive somebody. RKO. Do what you got to do, Kevin.
Yeah.
But
here's Mickey Hartman.
Yeah.
At the free throw line. Go ahead, Gels.
Now, that's what I was going to say. I like seeing. The funny thing is, the reason shooting translates, right, is because if you're a really great shooter, people close out on you really hard. They close out trying to contest that three, and that allows you, even if you're not someone who can put the ball on the floor, if you can at least handle, you will get some drives to the basket. Mickey Hartman is a knockdown shooter, another one of the knockdown shooters on this team, and we saw him able to attack the rack there as they wanted to get out on him and play close on the floor.
Yeah, spent his prep ball over in Europe and the UK playing for SimWorld Atlantis the past few seasons. Now making his way stateside and playing for the Volunteers. They've cut the lead down to 2 now, 18-16. Huskies out in front.
Shout out Coach Tomas Husin. I know Mickey Hartman and all of the other international players say thank you, SimWorld Prep.
Absolutely. There's another turnover. Denying the baseline is Tennessee there, and another turnover for the Huskies.
It's another turnover on the baseline. It's almost as if they don't know where the baseline is.
Hey, and that's part of awareness, right? Kind of where you are on the court at all times as Tennessee gets back here on offense. You see Hartman here with it, out on the wing solo, inside. Working in the post, jump off the glass. We're good. Hendricks getting the foul called on him.
referees are calling a close game here, and that's the thing you have to adjust to. Like, at some point, you have to adjust. If the referees are going to call the game like this, then you've got to, as a player, you've got to know to be a little less aggressive. Play with your body. Don't play with your hands.
Exactly. And I was going to ask how you adjust to that, but you answered my question already.
Yeah, I mean,
you need to ask it.
You use your body. I'm not going to use some of the weird analogies that I've heard my man Maestro use. I'll steer clear of that. What I said may not have sounded too great either. But you got to use your body. You use your knee, keep your elbow, you use your leverage, and you push people out of position before they get the ball and once they've gotten the ball to make sure that they're off kilter and not comfortable and in a place that they want to be, so that you're not reacting and having to reach or stretch out those hands where they're drawing fouls.
Riles 1 for 2 at the free throw line. As they had miscommunication there on the pass, it was instead thrown right to a volunteer. And Hartman now with it, using the screen from Riles. Gets the pass inside to him. And the shot is up and good. Nice turnaround post work there from Malik Riles.
Tennessee's winning the battle inside right now. I'm going to need to see, and I think he's checked back in the game, Norman Nations, and I'm going to need to see some Fareed Redmond. And I have to wake up here quick.
Yeah, Nations is in the game right now. That was possible to get that out there, but in the post here, great work inside. Body back down all the way to, that block there. Really easy work. Tennessee now working quickly on there, and it's blocked. Hendricks gets another foul call in his second. As TJ Rockwell's going to go back to the free throw line. Referees are not playing around here with the whistle here tonight. They are on it.
TJ Rockwell is very aware of this as he's continuing to attack.
I think that's smart, as we'll see some subs come in. Beckich going to check back in. Rockwell looking to give the Volunteers the lead back with this free throw. And he does. A little over 8 minutes left in the first half of play here, and that's knocked away from Redmond.
Active hands.
He's not looked real sharp tonight so far.
No, he is not. UConn hasn't looked very sharp here tonight.
They haven't looked real sharp, but they're in a good spot. As Nations, a wide open three, does not find the bottom of the net. Instead, Tennessee rebound and off to the races here with it. They're going to slow it down as I say that, of course. As Beckich, no Trey Turner on the floor. Henrik Beckich, one of the starters out there along with TJ Rockwell, and attacking, another foul called. This one off Fareed Redmond, his second of the night. As once again, Malik Riles going back to the free throw line.
Yeah, and Redmond
making a 3-point lead.
But they keep switching on the pick. So Tennessee is playing like I said, they're playing a good patient game. They're getting what they want offensively until they get the switch they want on the inside. And UConn's left reacting. But there's no way Fareed Redmond at $180 is going to guard Malik Riles on the inside.
No, not without fouling it, because as he did right there, as you see Boo Morgan checking back in as Nation is going to exit the game here. These are two teams who have championship aspirations. UConn trying to get back to their third championship game in a row and try to win their second in, 3 years? They won it. They went to the championship game last season, ended up losing to Miami, and they won it the year prior too. They're trying to get their third in a row. That is a tough thing to do, let alone win two in off seasons. As Redmond tries to score over Henry Beckich, and that did not go over him. And oh my goodness, ankle breaker alert to the rim. Unable to get the bounce and get the right angle there off the glass on that shot. And so you hear the Husky faithful getting into it here. Pass to the corner. Shot by Redmond. Good. UConn only down by 1 here. 6:20 left in the first half of play. Tennessee continuing to use this slow pace. As he Riles with it, using a quick spin move being guarded by Malcolm Oliver. Oliver very mobile for his size.
Absolutely.
A bounce pass back inside to Riles. Now back out here. Shot clock, another one and down. No good there on the shot. And there's another personal foul. Is it a charge on Morgan that they called there again?
They're calling a push-off. It's almost as if Tennessee's playing at home. I'll say that much. It's like they still have their home game intact. The ref, my goodness, I didn't see a push-off there. I didn't.
Well, regardless, Tennessee back in possession of it here. Rockwell within the corner. We continue to work it around. Another long-range jumper. Good.
Big time. Big time.
Big time shot there. That was extends the lead, but Boo Boo Morgan can't get those points back as the on closeout layup on only made that tougher than it needed to be. But Tennessee can't score on their end either. They try to score quickly.
And there's another turnover, B-Ron. Turnovers are killing UConn right now. They are lucky to be down only 5, but I'm going to have to get a look at our stat sheet here. The number of turnovers is unbelievable. And it's not even as if it's totally, just incredible pressure defense. Look at that, Fareed Redmond missing there. I don't know if they're intimidated down low or what's happening, but their ball handling the gameplay has been very sloppy for UConn. And if I'm coach, I am not happy with this right now heading into halftime.
Yeah, wouldn't be happy if I'm head coach Dan Hurley. Not with the way his team's playing, especially in a big game like this. As there's a deep shot from Riles that does not fall. As the Huskies will come back quickly here with it. Redmond attacking inside. Foul called on Doak.
And this is where you can get your confidence back. Redmond's been struggling to hit shots. He hit one from the corner just a moment ago, but couldn't get behind the three-point line. You get to the free throw line, you settle yourself. Hopefully that gets things going for you. But they are struggling mightily offensively. Only 22 points from what I consider to be one of the better backcourts in the country between Boo Boo Morgan, Norman Nations, and Fareed Redmond, who's interchangeable at the wing. But the sloppiness of play, these are the things, if this game comes down to the end, these turnovers, these missed shots inside, these are the things that determine a win from a loss.
Agreed. As Redmond in the second free throw attempt here, and he does make them both. 4-point volunteer lead as Trey Turner has entered the game again. You see him here with the ball in his hand. Back over to Doak. Doak at the top of the key trying to look for something. He does find Turner off the screen and nails it.
You got to find that man coming off the screen. You switch, you do whatever you got to do. You do not let Trey Turner come off that screen clean like that.
And that's one of the things that he did so well in his time with Southeast Select, and again with Tennessee last season as well. As you see him here coming off the screen, I call it an in-range. You got to stop it. Oh my goodness! It went in anyway.
You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Hey, when you're rolling, you're rolling. He went up and under. Whoopsie-doo, dunkaroo.
Yeah, hickory dickory. You got some trickery right there. As Boo Boo Morgan scores right there, and foul going to be on Morozov.
Hey, man, I was able to have Roman Reigns on Hard in the Paint last week. So in memory of WWE, you know, homage to them. That shot that Trey Turner put up, in the words of my man Booker T, you gotta be kidding me. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Or tell me he did not do that.
He did not just do that. Tell me. Booker T was shocked by everything, wasn't he?
He was shocked by everything, man. And it was always hilarious when it happened.
I'm shocked right now by what I'm seeing from UConn and their lack of ability to handle the ball. Not shocked by what I'm seeing from Trey Turner. I think the rest of the country is learning about Trey Turner. I know they've known about him in the Appalachian, in that area. In the countries, you know, if they follow prep ball, may have heard about this young man. But what he's done over the last couple of seasons, I think he's poised for a major breakout season this year in Tennessee.
Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. As Booker Morgan continues to stay active with the ball, trying to make something happen here as Malcolm Oliver has it here, way out top. I don't know if he wants the ball out here. Shot clock down to under 10 seconds. Sullivan inside, easy matchup for him, and he takes advantage of it and scores. Jamon Moore trying to play defense on him. Wasn't a favorable matchup there, I don't think, because, you know, Sullivan made that look pretty easy there. 2 minutes left in the first half of play. And Morozov gonna draw the foul on Malcolm Oliver there.
Flagrant foul.
And flagrant too. Wow, yeah.
Again.
So they'll get the free throws and the ball.
I don't know. I do not know.
Is it a flagrant 1 or a flagrant 2? Do we know that for sure? I guess we'll find out here in a minute. Morozov does get the first one. Looks like he'll get 2 free throws here. This could be a huge swing for Tennessee Yells.
We've seen more than our fair share of flagrant fouls to start the season. And they always, at least to start this season, have been momentum shifters, major momentum shifters. Yeah,
huge swings of momentum happen off of those kinds of things. We'll see if Tennessee can take advantage of it here and add some more points. They got 2 on the free throws for Morozov. Now looking to get a few more to get 4, even 5. But there's some strong defense from UConn. And there's a strong steal. That's Finian Terrell with the steal. As Morgan has the ball here on the perimeter. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Sullivan guarded by Moore. Kick back out to Morgan. Wide open. Good.
We needed that. Big time shot from Boo Morgan. If nothing else, again, you asked me earlier on, 30 points, no. Timely buckets, absolutely.
And there is a strong take from Morozov. But Evan Sullivan playing, look, I think he did the right thing, playing good defense, but got foul called him all the same. More free throws going up from Morozov.
Hey, he's contested.
Yeah, I think that's, you want to see the effort. It's good to see it. As Morozov from Belarus, sophomore, 6'3", 164 pounds here. Doesn't have a lot for numbers so far early on in this part of the season. Not a lot of players really do, unless you're one of the more top tier players who've gotten a lot of minutes, made impact, that sort of thing. But Morozov at the line there. Perfect. 37-32. 1 minute left, and now Morozov showing off his defensive acumen, knocking the ball away, but couldn't corral it for Tennessee. Now Terrell gives it over, and that is a great job there from UConn. That's Angel Hendricks. Had some fouls called on him in the first half here, but now scoring there is Hendricks on that possession.
Big time finish. 3-point game, much needed. No Norman Nations, no Fareed Redmond on the court to close out the half. And to be honest, they've taken better care of the ball. That's a wild shot there.
Absolutely incredible shot selection. And I don't mean that in a good way. We get down to the final 15 seconds of the first half. Balls will hold for the last shot as expected, with the shot clock being off as well. You see how Osme is trying to get position in the high post there. Not able to, but Trey Turner going to take a mid-range jumper and he falls with the game clock at 0.2 seconds, and that is how we'll end the first half of play. 39-34. Volunteers out in front here in this one. And Yells, one of the things that impressed me in the first half from Tennessee was their defense. They made Connecticut really uncomfortable. I know both teams played good defense, but Tennessee's, in my opinion, because they have the lead that they have, has been better for it.
Absolutely. But for me, it's just been the sloppiness of play. We could talk about a lot of different things, but the sloppiness and the inability to take care of the ball for UConn has been the difference. They could be up. They could be up right now if they could get quality shots. Here's the thing. The simple thing about turnovers that no one fails to remember or fails to actually point out how important it is. It takes a possession away. It takes a shot attempt away. We don't know if they're going to make those shots or not, but because of the turnovers, they've gotten less shot attempts up than Tennessee has, and it's costing them as of right now.
Yep, and we'll see if it continues to. Second half coming up. We're going to take a quick break. Come right back.
I've invited Pedro over.
Pedro, my man!
We need to talk about something.
Great. Let's talk.
What's new, Pedro?
Look, Tim, for the past 12 years, Pedro and I have been having an affair.
What? I did not see that coming. At all. Pedro Jr., go to your room. Don't make that face. And take that ridiculous shirt off. Daddy loves you. Sorry, what were you talking about?
Welcome back to Store. Second half actually ready to begin here. Yells, why don't you thank the people who are tuning in tonight to the stream?
Hey man, I appreciate you. It is my pleasure to say hello and welcome and thank you to Coach Simpson, Hawkman18, Kai Killings, JJ Hoops, Rick Blaze in the building, Killer Cam, not that Killer Cam, but Cam is in the building, Cam Jones, Cyrus Hades. Hold that W. I like that. That's a lot better than holding that L because I'm not holding the L. Trey PG in the building. Tony Henderson. Lots of people in here tuned in, locked in with us. We appreciate you guys showing your support to SimWorld. Make sure that you have checked in. Make sure that you hit that like button because I'm going to do my due diligence. I'm going to do my due diligence right now. We need another 22 minimum in here. Another 22 people in here. We can give away 50,000 EMs. Don't ask questions. Ask somebody to join the stream. That's what you need to do. Right now, we're sitting at 9 likes. We've had more than 28 people in here. We've definitely got more than 9 people in here now. Go smash that like button. Oh my God, let's get back to call action though here.
As Tennessee is smashing shots off of the backboard on back-to-back shots. Insane defense we saw right there on that possession from the Volunteers. And it looks like that trend is going to continue into the second half. We saw it in the first half, y'all. Defense from Tennessee, one of the big differences in the lead that they built up for the first half.
Yeah, I mean, look, I can't focus on anything other than the turnovers. That was just a block is a turnover, especially if you don't get the ball back on offense and convert it. Tennessee's doing everything right now, and that's the scary part, though. They're doing everything right. UConn is doing just about everything you can do wrong, and they're only down 7.
Exactly, which is insane. They're down 7. That shouldn't be happening. UConn should be down by more. We'll see if that changes though as we get a Trey Turner 3-ball bottom.
As I talk about doing everything wrong you can, how do you lose that man? That's got to be part of the defensive game plan. I am more than certain that Coach Hurley told his team, do not lose Trey Turner on the court. Do not lose this kid. And they've lost him again. I believe that's his 3rd 3 of the night.
He's been active all game long, and that's what he does best. Keep the 3 and make you pay for it every time. Malcolm Oliver on the glass, able to get it out and reset things for the Huskies. Shot clock down to 5 seconds, though. Nation's with it, and he gets stripped once again.
Doak has his number. The whole team does. They just seem to have him frazzled. Maybe he should not be handling the ball. Maybe a little time on the bench will help him clear his head. I'm not sure, but I have to see how many turnovers Malik Fareed Redmond has as of right now, because it's a lot. And there he is.
And there's another 3-pointer from Trey Burner Turner.
Timeout is right. Timeout is right. Well, I tell you what, B-Ron. Right now, as Trey Turner Burner is turning up the heat on UConn, we're going to tell you right now, how about you turn up for the best sports role-playing simulation in the land? SimWorld Hoops, SimWorld Sports, the only place where you can see the game, be the game. Look, you're here enjoying it. You know you want to have a friend. We'll take that fourth wall down for a minute. You should have a friend here enjoying this experience with you, because you know you all have a friend who is not currently in the pros and thought that they could be. Here's the one place where they can live that dream out, and you can cook them on the court, you can cheer them on the court, or you could just be a fan and say, hey, you've done a great job. I'm here for you. I support you. I love you. And then you go back home after it's all over and say, hey, you could have done this in real life if you were a little better or a little taller. SimWorld Sports is the only place that's going to give you that opportunity.
Exactly. It's a great experience, and the beauty of it is, like Yell said, you know, you're not good. You know you want to be a part of it. You just don't know it exists yet. Yeah. It exists now. Bring people in. They can be part of the experience with you and with all of us here. As we get back to game action, 46-34. Volunteers are trying to start the process, I feel like, of running away with this one.
I don't know if they started. Look, UConn needs a bucket right here and right now, and they didn't
get it. They didn't get it as Redmond's struggles continue, not only taking care of the ball, but also just shooting as well, not having the best night, as Doak is going to attack and can't get it there, but he does get his own rebound. Shot clock down to 10 seconds, under 10 now, as Henrik Beckish turnaround jumper. He can't get that to fall either.
I want to see more of Vekic in the paint. I want him more in the post. We know he can come off screens. We know he's a good shooter. I just want to see him showcase that ability in the post.
We'd like to see more of that from him, especially scouts from the pros. We'll want to see more of that too, I think. But Huskies able to retain possession here. Trying to get something that's up here quickly. Shot clock winding down. Turnaround jumper, no good. One and done along the possession. There's UConn there. Turner being guarded by Buckman Oliver. Pass inside. Shot up, can't get it. Second chance for Riles. Good.
Looking like the number 3 team in the country right now. That's all I have to say. It looks like there is a difference between values. Did you know that there are 6 spots between 3 and 9? If you did not, you're learning that right now by how this game is playing out. With number 3 Tennessee putting a shellacking on number 9 UConn at the moment.
Yeah, and this is the SimWorld U game of the week, and look, maybe so far it hasn't lived up to that billing, but for that reason, yo, the numbers game definitely deserves that moniker for sure. As the Volunteers take a timeout here.
Well, you know
14:50 left. We're gonna take a break as well.
We can stay here, man.
We can stay.
Okay, I think we're good to stay. And I think the key for that is because you were bringing up a very important point, and numbers be numbering. I don't know if you've ever heard that before, but numbers be numbering. Big time.
They do be numbering, man.
But
they do be numbering.
Hey, we got a crew here with us right now. If you love SimWorld, if you're enjoying this, if you like SimWorld U Action, SimWorld Prep, everything we have to offer here, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Drop some comments. Share.
Take a second.
Look, and even since we solicited y'all just a minute ago, only 3 likes? Who's not liking action? I'm assuming there's some UConn fans that are not enjoying it. They're sitting here tuning in and just not happy because UConn's not winning. But I will be damned if we have all these viewers in here and we got 12 likes. Y'all not liking it? Cut the feed off. Cut the feed off.
No feed for you.
Sheesh.
Well, look, it's more like no baskets for UConn because they can't seem to really find a way to get anything with any consistency anyway offensively. Tennessee though trying to yeah, right, they want, seems like. Woo! And there's another one there from Henrik Vekic.
Double team meant nothing to him, and that's what I want him to showcase more. The more pro scouts see that, the better for him. We know everybody loves a big man that can shoot nowadays. That's a tough foul.
That is.
If you were going to call a flagrant at any point, that felt like that could be.
It'd be on that one, right? Yeah, Jamon Moore has the foul called on him. As at the line for UConn is Jason Henderson. I want to say Jayceen Henderson. It's Jason. I've never seen Jason spelled that before. Jaycen. New to me.
It's 2024, man. It's about to be 2025. You're going to see a lot of things that you never have seen before. It only gets crazier.
That's a good point. That is a good point there for sure, my friend. Second one up and in from Hutcherson. Did I say Henderson? Hutcherson.
Get it together, B-Ron. I'm going to have to start calling you B-Ron. You better get it right.
Hey, look. I saw the H. My brain immediately went Henderson. Yes, that's the name.
Yeah, and go back and show this block. I think he had 2 of them here. Go ahead and show us the second one. Look at that. It's my block of the game. I love it. Thank you, SimWorld TV. Shout out
Thank you, SimWorld TV, indeed. Yeah, Malik Riles having a really good night defensively, and 2 of those blocks there. Saw him. He's been a big part of the success for Tennessee tonight on the defensive end in particular, as that fadeaway does not go for the Huskies. Down to 14 minutes left in the second half of play. As yeah, I thought we'd see a turnaround jumper there, but great job from Nations to not allow it. And great job there from Terrell, Trinity Terrell, to stifle that shot opportunity there as well.
No Trey Turner on the floor. No Henrik Vekic. This is where you got to make a move. There's a beautiful move by Norman Nations. Couldn't get it to fall.
And that's something you got to have if you are UConn. Like you said, got to make your move now. And that is a really wild shot from Mickey Hartman. And that was going to go out of bounds and be Huskies ball.
You ever been on the court and you got a bunch of guys that can hoop, you know, but they're not much of passers. You finally get that ball. You're like, man, it's going up. It doesn't matter. I'm shooting this damn ball.
No matter what, I'm shooting.
Yeah, it's going up. I think that's what we saw. We saw the Carlton there. Shout out Fresh Prince. I think we saw the Carlton. Will Smith finally gave the ball up. Carlton said, I'm shooting this thing.
No matter what, does not matter. Hutchinson gets the ball ripped away from him. As Tennessee.
Sullivan shouldn't have kicked that ball back out, B-Ron. He should have went up with that. He was going to get a foul call, or he was going to get a shot up and maybe an offensive rebound opportunity. He should not have given that ball up. He put his teammate in a bad position. But he makes up for it.
Good position. Good position here for UConn. They get the steal. Sullivan did nab the ball out of the air. But now Tennessee forcing the Huskies to slow it down and work in their half-court set here. And that is good effort there from Hendricks. Does get the steal and up and in. 10-point lead for Volunteers.
That is good hustle there. Staying active, staying at it. The ball's in front of me. I keep my hands out straight. He'll bring the ball to me. He didn't give up on the play. That's excellent basketball there from Angel Hendricks.
Yeah, effort always on display. Good job there from Hendricks, but Hartman all alone. And get that one to fall, though.
That won't happen again. That won't happen again. They better get out on him.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 times he's making that thing. Hutchinson with it. Shot clock here down to 10 seconds. Sullivan gets it in the post. Using the body, going inside, using the shoulder. Can't get it, though. Good defense there. We believe that's Kazan Al-Azmi. And the defense, but on the other end, second chance opportunity. As Hendricks going to have another foul called on him. That's his third of the game now.
That's him.
As we'll see some subs. Morris, I'm going to check back in.
I think that was Angel Hendricks, but that is 3 on him. Seems like this whole team has 3 on them. But look, it's a 10-point game right now, B-Run. This game is not out of hand or out of reach by any stretch of the imagination.
No, there's still plenty of time. This is a game of runs, as we all know, Yells. And a steal here. Terrell lurking the passing lane. As they bring it out top now. Hutchinson with it. He almost had the ball knocked away from him as well. But now Hendricks being guarded by Al-Azmi. Quick feet movement there from Al-Azmi, not allowing the baseline attack. Hutchinson. Morzov. Good defense there. Kick back out for 3 and in. Deep 2.
Angel Hendricks. I'm going to help you out here, B-Ron. Hutcherson is probably not hitting the shot because there's no Hutchinson in the game. It is Hutcherson. Stop jinxing the man. Stop jinxing him.
Well, hey, anybody want to score? I gotta get his name right, I guess.
True that. We learn your name when you do well. Funny story. We're not talking boxing at all, but I don't know how much you follow boxing, B-Ron, but people know who Bud Crawford is, and he fought a guy. And I say it that way because we all knew who that guy was. I never remember his name anymore after he knocked him out. Whenever I talk about this particular fight, I say when Bud Crawford fought Old Boy because he beat the name out of him because he didn't perform well. I don't even remember his name anymore. I'm sure our users know. Y'all can bring it up. He doesn't exist anymore now.
Yeah, let us know as Kevin Sullivan tries to score on that possession and can't do it there. Actually, with it quickly is the Volunteers. Good rebound there from Trey Turner, who's back in the game for Tennessee. As Hartman fires, drills it.
Back to double digits.
Can't seem to keep it in a good realm here for UConn, they're going to get a timeout here. Going to take ourselves a quick break as well. Come right back, folks. Right back after this. Welcome back, everyone. As a reminder, tomorrow play resumes here on SimWorld TV. Michigan State takes on Georgia Tech, and then Stanford is going to be on the road in the second broadcasted game for tomorrow.
Creighton taking on Creighton.
They're going to take on Creighton. That's going to be a fun time. We're going to see Creighton in action here on SimWorld TV. We faced over there, but the impact player here in this one had to be Trey Turner, right? 17 points leading the way for them.
So far.
Had to be Trey Turner.
Yeah, I mean, he's making everything go. I would also say Riles. I'd give it up for Riles. He's been really good defensively, and so has Rockwell. And this man here, Tyree Doak, has given Fareed Redmond heck. Look at it. See, I mean, he's losing his cool right now as we speak. He's barely been able to keep his clothes on at this point, and how he's been defended and harassed by Doak on the defensive.
Yeah, so far for Redmond on the night, 3 turnovers, 6 points, 2 rebounds. It's not been his game at all, and that's from a number standpoint. But if you've been following this game from the word go, he hasn't looked comfortable at all.
No, that's an understatement. That's an understatement.
The king of understatements, that's me. As Doak's at the line here, he can't hit that free throw. No, 54-42.
Again!
And that's going to be a 4th turnover for Fareed Redmond tonight. But they give it right back to the Huskies. Trey turnovers. Morgan picks that one out of the sky. Now Redmond trying his luck off the front of the rim. Doak with it, and now just losing control of everything there as Doak dribbles it off his foot and loses out of bounds.
Getting really, really sloppy here.
Yeah, been real sloppy play, and this is, I think, a time where he's, hey, slow down, take a minute. Yeah.
It's a really good song by Ziggy Marley. I believe it's Ziggy Marley called "Slow Down." It's got her on it. I implore everybody to go listen to it. It jams. And UConn can listen to that right now too. 10-point game.
Yeah, it sure could. take their time, slowing down a little bit as Beckett on the glass does get a second chance here for the Volunteers. They won't get it. They will get a third opportunity. This one, Beckett off the rim, off the backboard. 2 points and 1 opportunity coming up. Henrik Beckett.
I'm telling you, UConn came down with the rebound and couldn't hold on to it because of the active hands of Tennessee. Somehow the ball finds its way to a Tennessee player. Beckett puts it in. When it rains, it pours.
It has not been a good night for UConn at all, like you said. But, you know, on the other side for Tennessee, they've gotten pretty much everything to go their way. Even when things haven't gone their way, it hasn't been for very long.
34 users in the chat right now. 50K EMs on the line when we get to 50 viewers. Not sure how this is not happening, guys. I ain't gonna hound y'all, but what I will say is we only got 18 likes. Smash that like button, or we're gonna send Tennessee's defense to your house. If they come to your house, you know something's coming up missing because they've been on a tear tonight, stealing everything. Hit that like button, man.
Everything that's not nailed down, man. Tennessee has been going after it all game long. Redmond has it here on the wing, trying to find something here for UConn to go their way. As Nations has it on the opposite wing, pass inside. Going around Beckett, trying to get something there with Morgan, but no dice there. Pass inside quickly to Doak, and it's good.
Here's
TJ Rockwell.
Here's the thing I'll say about Rockwell and Doak. Tennessee has their kids have clearly been in the gym this offseason. They've been working on their fitness like Iggy Azalea. They've been lifting weights. They're strong. They're looking strong on the offensive end. Finishing shots, they're looking strong on the defensive end. And UConn looks like they have some of these kids that have relied strictly on talent, but have not worked out in the gym to get their strength and their ability to hold on to the rock down. And that's going to be something they're going to need to continue to work on.
And there's a rare miss from Trey Turner from deep. The Boo-Boo Morgan flying through the air.
6 minutes left.
Crowd stamping their feet, stomping their feet, trying to get back into it. Volunteers going to take a timeout and try to quiet this crowd down some. 58-46, Tennessee out in front here. Want to remind everybody that this is the greatest role-playing experience in the world, and it's SimWorld, baby. And you can join and be a part of it as a media member. Join me, yells in the booth, call games. You can join as a coach, join as a player, or just be a fan and cheer on these players and make their journey from prep to pro. And we're also offering a 5,000 EM signing bonus for any of those athletes that I mentioned.
But I'm about to coach.
Coaches, media members, super fans, all those things. Come and join and be a part of it. And you know how you can do that by joining the Discord. Discord.gg/SimWorld Hoops. SimWorld is the only place where you can see the game, be the game. Yells, you had something you wanted to add.
I just said, hey, they're giving out 5,000 EMs. I think I'm going to go coach. I think I got the chops for it. I think I can whip some guys into shape. I think I got some strategy on me. There's a lot of guys out there, Monday morning quarterbacks and post-game coaches got a lot to say. I see it in the chat all the time. There should be some more coaches out there.
Absolutely. You know you want a chance to maybe find your own Trey Turner, your own Henrik Beckett, and get them from prep to the pros. You can be a part of their story. As we see a jumper here that rattles home from that man, Trey Turner. 60-46. Volunteers out in front.
You saw Fareed Redmond on the ground. It's never a good look when you've been giving up the rock, turning the ball over, can't get it go offensively, and you got to watch the ball go through the net while you're on the ground getting up. It is a rough night for Fareed Redmond.
Yeah, rough is the word to describe it. As Norman Nations, though, he hits the three. Responding to Trey Turner's deep 2 there. Huskies are they're trying to hang in there, Yells, but I don't think they have it in them at this point to claw their way back into it. I don't see it happening.
And that's why I was going to ask you, B-Ron, how you just give up on a team so quickly. But what I will say is defensively, they're just being out-willed by Tennessee as they try and guard them defensively. They are being out-willed. And then offensively, they're doing the same. Tennessee is literally sending them to the positions they want them to be. They're forcing them to dribble in front of their faces where they can get their hands on the ball. They're putting them in positions to take tough shots. And UConn just does not look like a fluid offense. And furthermore, defensively, they look like they want no parts as we see Doak go right through Fareed Redmond, who needs to hit the gym, quite frankly.
Yeah, Yells, you kind of answered my question, but this is how. I mean, UConn really hasn't done a whole lot to inspire confidence tonight with the way that they played overall. I mean, there's still 4 minutes left, so sure it could happen, but, I haven't seen it. Pass inside from Doak to Turner, turnaround, layup good.
And the thing is, we've already seen early in the season, 1 or 2 games, and the media gets on you, the fans, the whole season's over, the team's trash. Like, I don't know if Fareed Redmond could play a worse game than what we're seeing. Is this what fans think they're going to see over the course of the season? Absolutely not. This is not indicative of what this UConn team is going to be. They're ranked number 9 for a reason. Are they going to stay ranked number 9? Probably not after taking this L.
No.
But this is not an indicator of just, of this team being terrible. It's that they had a bad night, and clearly they're playing a better team right now. And you know how things compound. As that compound interest, they've looked a lot worse. That's a deep, deep three.
He'd have hit that.
They've looked a lot worse in this game than what they actually are.
Right, and that's something to keep in mind too. Like you said, we're only, for both these teams, 2 games into the regular season. So we gotta try not to overreact too much to these kind of things. But it's hard not to. As Nations fires, and that one rattles home. Deep 2 for Nations. 2:55 left in the game here. As Rockwell gives it to Doak. Doak trying to find some space here. Go ahead, Yels.
Both of these coaches have their starters in the game right now. If I'm coach, for UConn, if I'm Coach Hurley, I am leaving these kids in there for the rest of the game. You're going to feel every bit of this loss, every bit of the effort that you failed to output in moments, and every bit of the anger that you should feel after a loss like this, so possibly it can fuel you for the next game. So I do like what I'm seeing here from Coach Hurley leaving these kids out there.
A character building moment, Yells, much like digging holes, yeah?
Got a spoon? Got a spoon? That was my time in the Navy. That was boot camp. They say, hey, there was a character building moment. They give you a spoon and say, dig a hole. What? Give you a spoon and dig a hole. So, yeah, absolutely.
70-55, minute 45 left in this one. Tennessee going to stay undefeated on the young season, just 2-0 here. UConn going to fall to 1-1 unless you can, score all these points in a minute 30 seconds, which I don't see happening.
Hey, T-Mac's not on the court. And looking at this point total, they would need a T-Mac and a half.
T-Mac and Reggie Miller at the same time.
Yeah. I don't see them. Those guys weren't shooting up anymore.
Yeah, I think those days are long behind both of those two, unfortunately. Also that, as we get down to the final minute of play here in this one, that's inside, foul called on Rockwell. And we'll see Hassan Abdallah.
We got some action coming up after this, though, B-Ron?
We sure do. We sure do. And a reminder, post-up coming up after this game. And then it'll be Syracuse going on the road to face USC in the nightcap here on SimWorld TV. They play halves up here at college, so we can't put those fours up, unfortunately, up here. But we'll figure out something for when we're on SimWorld TV. We'll figure out something. For those of you who know, that's my thing. I don't even like
how it sounds when you run. Put those twos up? No, I'm not with you.
It don't hit the same, right?
I got you. I got something for you. Remind me to tell you off air. I got one for you, man.
I'm looking forward to it. You can't give it away. Got to keep it a secret.
Sure.
I like that. Appreciate that. Well, final minute here of this one. This one is all but wrapped up here, 70-56. Gonna add more points though. TJ Rockwell with authority. My goodness. A quick bucket from TJ Rockwell.
Get yours, young man.
Yeah, blink, you might miss it. It happens so fast. Hop step inside off the glass with a kiss. And in. Great job, Vinny and Terrell. I like what I've seen from him for UConn. His positives go for the Huskies, and this one I like what I've seen from him in his role. There's Jamon Moore. Score another one for the Volunteers. And the final 25 seconds of this one, and just want to thank all of you for joining us here tonight on SimWorld TV for these broadcasted games here. Again, game 1 here in the books. Me and Yells, JK, and Rick Blazel be in the booth here for game 2 out there in California. Rick's, I'm sure, is having a grand old time over there in Southern California already. As we close this one out, the number 3 team will stay that way. Number 9 goes down. They'll probably fall down in the rankings as well. 2-0 Tennessee, 1-1 UConn after this one. They are joining us here in game 1. Post up in game 2 coming up. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us, folks. We'll see ya in game 2.
Okay, any views expressed are the opinion of the guest. It's not a representation because the programming reflects that pole. Politicking with 4 eyes, it's really no competition. Suffocating with the dope, you know I be twisting. Real ninjas out in the field, now we cotton picking. Not to mention our intention to cover topics and many of the subjects. I got more lines than the deli at the Publix. With King Pharaoh, pole politicking, I'm pistol whipping. Rappers jeopardizing hip-hop position. My opposition, intuition, prediction like writers on The Simpsons. To witness the glimpses from higher up dimensions. My bitches be fighting gremlins like Phoebe Cakes. Let me cook stovetop oven, easy bakes. Hydroponic with them seaweed flakes. Yeah, these rappers started from the bottom, power bottom. TD Jakes, unfollowed. Talking about have you ever been swallowed? Regardless of race, color, or creed, you get Apollo. We pole, politicking, ticking. We straight pole, politicking, ticking. When it's a great show, you got to listen. Listen to that pole, politicking, ticking. This for the pole, politicking, ticking. We straight pole, politicking, ticking. When it's a great show, you got to listen. Listen to that pole, politicking, ticking.
Welcome back to your mom's favorite show, The Post Up. I'm here with my guy Jalen. Jalen, what a game we just saw there. And look, I'm just gonna say how it is. You see it on our screen. Is Rocky Top? Do they have a argument to be the best team in the country right now? Could you make that argument for them?
Yeah, I think it would be hard to not put them in the argument. I mean, they're already ranked at number 3. So you're when you're in the top 3, you're always in the argument. In the conversation at least. Um, but they showed they can win in a multitude of ways. I mean, we look at even tonight they win by 15 points against a UConn team that's been to the championship game the last 2 years. And they barely got anything out of him. Vekic. I mean, 8 points, 4 for 9. Uh, Trey Turner showed up and did what he does. He made shots, 21 points on 50% shooting. But I mean, they can beat you in so many different ways. So I think that they're always going to be in that conversation.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more. Trey Turner is kind of starting to look like he very well could be one of those guys that's in talks for Player of the Year to me at this point. He may not be putting up stats that are ungodly, hovering around 20 points a game, which is incredible production. He does it relatively efficiently for somebody doing that. But it's when you watch him play, it's one of those, for me, Trey Turner is one of those examples of you got to watch the film because his stats are good. And you look at his stats and you say, Trey Turner can hoop. And then you watch him play, and it's the way he plays, the IQ he plays with, and kind of the subtleties to his game, the way he can move off the ball, the way he's improved on the ball, creating his own shot, as well as being able to come off screens, things like that. And he's turned into just an all-around star. I think he can take this team high. Like you mentioned, Henrik Vekic didn't even really contribute all that much other than being a presence down low, kind of sucking the defense in at times, making that room for Trey Turner and the other shooters. But I'm with you. I think there's an argument. You got Duke and Miami ahead of them, but this Tennessee team looks like they could be just as good as those two teams, if not better, if they were to go head to head. But moving on, we've got a big one, top 25 matchup. Lamarian Sherwood has been unstoppable in his first 2 games this year. Iowa scoring 116 points in their prior matchup, fell to the Tide in Iowa tonight. I mean, what did you see from this Tide team? Because not only did they beat this Iowa team pretty decisively, but they also held Lamarian Sherwood in check en route to a 30-point victory.
Yeah, I just think Alabama. They continue to show they're one of the more versatile teams. They can beat you inside and out, and you saw that today. I mean, 94 points against this Iowa team. And held them to 63 is the big key because Iowa's been, they've been blowing people out. They got off to a hard start, blowing out Florida and LSU. Tonight, they found themselves on the other, taking a beating from the other end of that stick. Not a great night from Lamarian Sherwood either. Only shot 4 for 12. So I think Alabama, very complete team, can beat you inside and out, can beat you on offense as well as on defense.
Absolutely. And I think, DJ Childs has been kind of the guy everyone's looking towards when you talk about Alabama in the preseason, starting the season and everything. The last 2 games, you've seen Quincy Henderson and DeJuan Epps lead them in scoring. In their first game, you saw Levin Cutler lead the team in scoring. So what that's saying to me is virtually exactly what you're saying. There's a lot of guys on this team that can beat you. And I think tonight, not only did we see a lot of guys that can put up points, but they can throw a lot of bodies at a talented big like Sherwood down low. Saw Levin Cutler get in there. Aaron Matthews had a great game, posted 11 rebounds. Saw him defending Lamarian Sherwood at times. And so, as you said, very well-rounded team. We're starting to see kind of the separation between these top-tier teams and maybe the rest of the SP25. But moving on down to where everything's bigger, tonight around SimWorld U, let's talk these Texas teams. Houston, with their opener tonight, hosted Dayton. Carl Holmes, that's another team we talk about with a lot of guys who can lead you in scoring and can do a lot of things every night. But Carl Holmes was the star of the night tonight, posting 32, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists on almost 70% shooting for him on the night. Freddie Stonewall followed him up with a double-double with 18 and 12. And this team looked pretty complete, regardless of maybe getting off to somewhat of a slow start in the first, only winning this game by 6. But this is another team, Jalen, that I look at and I think they're very well rounded. I just don't think they've had enough games to mesh like an Alabama has so far, but I can see them being the same kind of force here in this league.
Yeah, like I said, they haven't had any games, so this is a good test. They played, Dayton team that already had one under the belt. Um, Obviously, you have Carl Holmes and Freddie Stonewall combining for 50 points and 20 rebounds. That's a great showing opening night at home. Um, as far as Dayton, I mean, you got 17 points out of Poland and Bynum. Um, I don't know how we don't really expect a whole lot out of them, but they did get a good fight to a top 10 team. Even had the lead in the first half. But overall, it was a good game.
Absolutely. We've seen kind of the emergence of Maxim Bynum. He's done really well in both their games so far this year. He played the entirety of this game and played most of their first game. He seems to be kind of their go-to guy, and he's establishing himself as one of the very, very good big men that we have in the country right now. And the last one we're going to talk about tonight, we're going to stay in state. We're going to go to a state rivalry where we had a top 10 upset, another one. Texas A&M went into Austin and took down Texas Longhorns. Arthur Lattimore held to 15, 5, and 6. 2 steals. I say held to, but that's not a bad stat line when you're talking about Arthur Lattimore. It's Arthur Lattimore. On the other end, we got Ronnie Shanahan, who maybe unexpectedly, Jalen, I don't know if you expected this, but has established himself early on anyways as hovering right around 20 points per game, leading this team on the offensive end. And as much as I've loved Ronnie Shanahan's game, this game is kind of this is a little bit of a surprise, a pleasant one, but he's really been balling out recently.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's always shown he had the ability to. Obviously, his prior teams he hasn't had the role, hadn't had to play that role, but now that he's in that role, I mean, he's shining in it. This was a big Texas matchup. We had not only Ronnie Shanahan, but Tyrell Marr, Keithan Carter, all people that played that are from Texas, played in SimWorld Prep, and all names that we know. They put up a great fight against this Texas team. I think I didn't expect them to come out with a win, especially not in Austin. But holding Arthur Lattimore, I mean, obviously he shot 7 for 11, but holding him and Vincent Magic to 23 points combined is a big deal. Just coming off of their last game. So this A&M team, I think you can't sleep on them. I think they'll find their way and keep rising in the rankings.
Absolutely, you got to watch out for this A&M team in the SEC. And this Ronnie Shanahan kind of outburst, as you mentioned, didn't have the role. Coach Buzz Williams has been starting him at the 4 here in SimWorld U, which is a little interesting. He's a little undersized, and this whole Texas A&M team lacks a little bit of size that Texas does have, which is, to me, said the entire story when you look at the rebounding totals. A&M outdid Texas on the glass, even being a little undersized compared to them, and they did what they needed to do, came out of here with a win. So shout out Texas A&M. SEC's got one more team to worry about up there. But lastly, we've got one more game for the night coming up. Syracuse travels to take on USC, who recently had a top 10 upset for themselves over number 10 Oklahoma last week. Jalen, what are your 3 keys for this one?
All right, my first key is going to come from Syracuse. It's going to be De'Aaron Cruz. After he kind of had a real up and down prep career, and we're all kind of hoping that he's now found a home in Syracuse. And from what I understand, they'll be relying on him heavily to produce on the offensive end. Obviously, Syracuse ran into the buzzsaw that is Tennessee, their first game. But this would be a good chance for them to bounce back. But if they're going to do it, Cruz will have to be a star tonight in LA. And then for USC, Gabe Pope is my second key of the game. I think he had a great debut where he dropped 13 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. And most importantly, he had 0 turnovers in that game, which is, a guy dominating the ball as a freshman. That's always a good thing to see. He didn't get a 3 ball to fall in that game, but he was pretty much money from everywhere else. And, he played a big part in holding a real talented Oklahoma team to just 67 points on opening night. And then my last key is going to be for the night. It's going to be the 3-ball. Obviously, Syracuse shot 24% from 3 last game. Only made 6 out of 25. And USC was worse, 2 for 11, 18% from 3 last game. I think that neither one of these teams is overly competent on the offensive end. So I think whichever one can knock down the long ball and get a couple extra points in, will have the advantage there.
Well, we'll be watching for the 3 tonight. Thank you for being here on the Post Up with us. We're going to send it over to the Galen Center out in Los Angeles, California, to watch the Syracuse Orange take on the USC Trojans. Going to hand it off here. You got Rick Blaze and JK on the call. Enjoy, and always remember, SimWorld Sports, the only place you can see the game, be the game. We'll see you tomorrow.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 2 of the SimWorld U doubleheader. We're here from the Galen Center in Los Angeles, California, to call a matchup between the USC Trojans and the Syracuse Orange, two of the, I'd say, more premier programs in all of SimWorld U. I'm Jason J.K. Candell, joined alongside my broadcast partner, Rick Blaze. Rick, what do you think the key to victory is here for the home team tonight?
Well, first, the key is I have to say, thanks for being here, JK. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I'm here. It's Southern California, baby. But the first thing I have to call off the bat is that's a terrible name for a home place to play. It's hard to have confidence when you play at the Galen Center. That's a whole nother story. But I just thought that wasn't a great name to boost your confidence. But the keys today is going to be shooting, and more shooting. Syracuse is led by the true freshman, De'Aaron Cruz, who's leading them in scoring right now, but he's been struggling from the percentage-wise, and so has USC. Both teams have been shooting kind of ugly, as Jalen said in the pregame. So whoever can shoot 50% can win this game easily.
We appreciate you all tuning into Game 2 of this doubleheader. We're here in sunny Los Angeles. The lights are bright, the weather is sunny, and the women are beautiful, as I know you love them, Rick.
Amen to that.
USC trying to get the scoring going early, and that's good. 2-0 lead for the Trojans.
That was a nice hook shot, by the way.
Jackson McLean, the sophomore, getting the Trojans on the board early. USC won their first matchup of the Eric Musselman era last week against the, at the time, number 10 ranked Oklahoma Sooners. Was that, Rick, do you think that that victory for USC was a testament to how good USC is, or that Oklahoma, McLean again, or that Oklahoma is a little bit overrated, or was a little bit rated too highly going into the season?
Yeah, I think it's more about Oklahoma, man. I think Oklahoma had no business. They've shown they have no business being ranked number 10. I don't think they're going to be in the top 25 when it's all said and done for this month when the next rankings come out. So I don't want to take any much. Right now. Yeah, I don't want to take much from USC. No, they're but yeah, it's more about Oklahoma, man. In top.
There's a foul. Tack on one more. Anthony Sasser going to the line. The chance to make this a 5-point lead for the Trojans with just over 90 seconds to play in California right now. USC vying for that top spot in a loaded Pac-12. We saw Arizona win yesterday. We've seen UCLA do their part with Memphis. Where does USC rank at the top of the star-studded Pac-12?
You know, I think this game is going to tell us a lot about that. Right now, again, because Oklahoma doesn't look great, it's hard for me to take that win by USC with as much pride as they might have taken a win maybe a week ago, right? So I think they're in the middle, somewhere in the middle of the pack. The key is going to be how Gabe Pope does, the freshman. You know, when you got these young men, you count them to do a lot the freshman year. That's a lot of pressure. Sometimes they can have up and down seasons. We'll talk more about them on the broadcast tomorrow. Make sure you guys, on the podcast, make sure you guys tune in. But yeah, that's a lot to ask. But if he can get some level of consistency, and the more he matures as the season goes on, the better this team will be for sure.
And that's a beautiful shot right there for USC. Silky smooth jumper, 9-2 lead for the home team Trojans. Syracuse trying to get themselves back into it. Beautiful move right there. That'll do it for you. Not a 5-point deficit. That's De'Aaron Cruz. We've been calling him the key to this game for Syracuse. It's really not just him. It's him and John Hudgens, the freshman duo of the Orange. It's just that Cruz is going to be called upon to kind of replicate that backcourt production that we've seen for so long with the Orange. We've seen guys like Michael Carter-Williams. We've seen them kind of pump out good guard after good guard.
Yep, and this guy is a really good guard, JK. I think any problems, any struggles he has is between his ears, not has nothing to do with his game, right? So if he can get that component of his game to look at that down, if you're dropping him, oh my God, failure.
He's dropping dimes like he's in my wallet right now.
Yeah, somebody picked it up though, because the dime didn't get cash.
Tried to put a body bag on him, but it got rejected at the rim. No thank you, sir. Syracuse had other plans right there.
Oh my God.
Cruz trying to make something happen. And that's the foul called on Sasser. Going to the line is center Aiden Whiting, the senior, 7'1", 215. He doesn't just make us look small, Rick. He makes everybody look small.
Yeah, I'm sorry, JK. I'm still on that dunk attempt. If he would have made that, wow, that's Sports Center. You on highlight real top 10 for the next 2 weeks.
You're telling me. And Whiting gets it to go. First falls, 4-point deficit for Syracuse. They've had Jem Boeheim for so long. The Adrian Autry era is in full swing in Syracuse. Yeah. What do you make of having to supplant or succeed such an elite head coach, a guy that's ultimately a SimWorld U Hall of Famer when it's said and done?
Yeah, man, that's tough. I think you got to go in and just be yourself, and I think it has to be totally different from what Boeheim was. Anybody who's trying to come in will try to emulate him or mimic what he's done is setting themselves up for failure. So we're going to see how the season works out with his guys, but he definitely has to bring his own energy and his own style of play to the game for the players to hear him out. Oh, it's a turnover.
J-Mo, errant pass. That's a turnover, and that's a clear path to the bucket. Doesn't get much easier than that. It is literally like taking candy from a baby, Rick.
Yep, a blind baby.
I think a blind baby would put up more of a fight than that. Gabe Polt with the ball right now. The Southeast Select standout. On the move, puts the jumper up and gets it to go. 3-point lead for the Trojans.
Little Southside, the little fade, high arching, kind of Steve Nashes. I like it.
I can't believe you just kind of compare this kid to Steve Nash. You setting him up for failure or what?
That shot, no, just that shot. Let's not lose our minds here, JK. The shot attempt looks like Steve Nash. I'm not saying he's Steve Nash at all. I'm not saying he's Kevin Nash. I'm not saying
that was Silky. Speaking of Silky, De'Aaron Cruz starting this game off with struggles again. He's getting used to that number one option. We saw what he did at Gulf Coast Lockdown before going to the Yacht Club, and it looks like being that top option on the offensive end is taking some time to get used to for De'Aaron Cruz. I think he'll get it together eventually, but it's definitely a bit of a concern right now. Same thing down in Norman with Suno Chapa.
Another steal. And just to close it down on the De'Aaron Cruz situation, I want people to understand, people who are watching at home, he's more of a scorer than a shooter. He's not going to be efficient. Look at that. That dunk attempt is just so sweet. But he's more of a scorer than a shooter. So yeah, he's going to be a guy that's going to shoot in the high 40s, mid 40s sometimes. So the other components about his game is what I need him to make sure that he's on top of. Because if you're not going to score a great percentage, you need to do everything else pretty dang on good.
That's fair. I think it's worth mentioning for De'Aaron Cruz that he's a great finisher, can attack the basket with the best of them. Beautiful move right there and gets it to go. Syracuse has found their way back into this game. That's Aiden Whiting again, the senior from Potsdam, New York. Only a couple of hours from where your boy JK grew up. Fun fact.
Oh, really?
Going down the route of SimWorld Hoops' greatest broadcaster of all time, JK Candell. But
so let me ask you, JK, in a spot named Potsdam, what is there to do for fun?
And that's a turnover for USC right there. Some substitutions being made. USC trying to extend their grip on this lead early on. In Potsdam, though, Rick, I mean, I know that I have a couple of friends that go to school up there. Syracuse, another bad turnover. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Never mind. We are not taking a break. We are not spreading fake news on the SimWorld Hoops broadcast, though.
Yeah, man. Who said something about some breaks?
Breaks?
No, that's not a foul.
I hear they take a lot of those.
It's a lot of breaks on the court happening right now. That's the breaks.
They can't keep this game going. These refs are on a power trip right now, Rick.
Is it the refs or the players?
I think the refs. Calling everything.
Yeah. There's a lot going on out there in these streets.
I think tensions are running high.
I think it's getting chippy out there right now.
Tensions are running high at the Galen Center. I don't know why. I don't know how. It's 7 o'clock here on a Tuesday night. Like, let's cool it down, gentlemen. I know y'all want to be a honky tonk, but come on.
Well, you know what, JK? It is East Coast versus West Coast. That is a thing. That is a thing. So, maybe this has something to do with it. Oh, check, baby!
And a slam right there. Beautiful head of hair. That's 15-10 in favor of USC. On the slam right there, that's Kason Driscoll, the senior, showing off that athleticism and showing off the locks too.
Yeah, those look freshly done, JK, he must have got those done on the plane. They look fresh.
I am more impressed by his head of hair.
Yeah, I don't want to know which player on the team is doing his hair. That sounds like a whole different bag of worms, but fresh locks indeed.
Definitely. Syracuse. And that's a backcourt violation on USC. That's Syracuse ball. Got 12:26 to play here in this first half.
You can't have those types of unwarranted turnovers, man. It's just
Syracuse? What are you doing?
I don't know what's going on here. Oh, wait, what's going on here, JK?
This might be the worst 7.5 minutes of basketball I think I've ever watched.
I'm in agreement with you, and I've seen 6-year-olds try to play, and they looked a little bit more organized than this right now.
Man, I watched the 2015 Knicks.
Oh yeah, that's true. It doesn't get much worse than that.
6-year-olds have more coordination than what I'm seeing on the court right now, unfortunately.
Well, is that the Jeremy Lin Knicks?
No, 2015 was the year before they drafted KP, and they had like Langston Galloway and Lou Odmanson in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
And that's Syracuse calling a timeout with a 9-point deficit. We're going to take a quick break, this time for real. Don't go anywhere.
Je voudrais être seul avec toi.
She asked if you'd like to join the club.
Je voudrais des nuits.
You said, I like nuts. Register today and get a free Berlitz phrasebook. Berlitz, the best way to learn a new language.
Welcome back, everybody. 12 minutes and change to play in this first half of SimWorld U action, where it's game 2 of our double header here on SimWorld TV. I'm JK, joined alongside Rick Blaze for those of you who are just joining. Shout out to all of you who are tuned in. 19-10 in favor of the Trojans, but I kind of want to take a trip down memory lane right now, Rick. I want to talk about the guys who were here before the standout freshmen for these two squads. Kintel Patterson for the Trojans and Jaron Wilson for the Orange, because I know De'Aaron Cruz and Gabe Pope are getting a lot of the media attention. So I think we should kind of set the record straight a little bit.
Yeah, you know, Quintel Patterson has been the straw that stirred the cup for this USC team before. Of course, they got Gabe Pope. So he's going to continue, I think, to be the de facto #1 guy for the team. Gabe Pope, they're going to bring more along as he comes along, as all freshmen do. And again, depending on how he grows throughout the year, his responsibilities will grow too. But they're going to need him for sure. They drafted him. They got him on their team for a reason. But Quintel is the de facto guy on the squad right now for this USC team.
I really like your use of the word de facto, Rick. I'm glad your vocabulary is kind of growing beyond the 4th grade level, so I'm really glad to see that.
Man, I got a college degree. What you talking about? I got a college degree in criminal justice. What we talking about, JK? Do I need to run it down for you? I got 12 hours of master's credit right now. JK, don't have me run it down for you. I'm more than just a pretty face.
You about to give me are you about to school me on a SimWorld broadcast?
I can't. I'm not going to.
And rejected! Oh my God! Set that thing to the moon! My God. That block was so impressive it made my voice crack.
Yeah, JK, just for the record, I'm probably the most, arguably, the educated person on SimWorld's whole squad, on everybody, except maybe. No, I'm gonna say everybody. All right, continue.
I might be the least educated because I don't even have a I don't even have a SimWorld degree yet. But
that's all right. I got a friend who can draw you one up. What you wanted to say?
I graduated college.
I can do that one.
Back to the game. 20-12 lead for the Trojans.
Give me a crayon and a piece of paper. I can do that right now for you, JK. Actually, I'm gonna bring this one up for you.
Arts and crafts in the SimWorld U broadcast booth is our favorite pastime. That's Driscoll at the line. Hits that. At the dunk earlier for USC. Is now at the line. Driscoll, the senior, gets that one to go. Cash buckets, as Rick Lay said. He is from San Fernando. I don't know where that is, so any California natives, please enlighten me.
It's just like Compton. You want to be like Compton. Jumper is good.
Beautiful moving jumper right there. Was contested a little bit, didn't matter. Syracuse is kind of staying in it, but has not really impressed early on in this game. That was Jaron Wilson. That was the big man we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, now this Syracuse team has a little bit of firepower now, especially if, like I said, if De'Aaron Cruz gets going offensively. Of everyone on the court tonight, De'Aaron Cruz offensively has the most special gifts, right? So this team can get going if they can stay down, get some rebounds. You can't allow the team to get offensive rebounds. They can get some defensive rebounds and keep playing, keep the guy in front of them. They got a shot tonight to make some noise. They got a shot.
They got a shot, but feels like they're going to be their own worst enemy early on in the season. The ACC's stacked. I think Syracuse, when it comes down to conference play, is going to realize they're going to be in a hole.
Yeah, and it's going to be tough. I agree with you that. But again, they got my guy from Rahman. I'm going to say his name, but my guy, the shooter on the wing for Syracuse. I'm gonna get his name right in a minute. I feel like I'm Charles Barkley right now, just badgering names.
That's a timeout for USC. 8:25 to play in this first half.
Abdul Rahman. Sorry, I had to get that out.
Thank you,
JK.
It is Rick's shout-out time. So Rick, take
while
the
we
floor.
got a little time. While we got a little time, I want to give a shout out to Coach. My people who's tuned in, who's locked in, who's watching right now at home. Kai Killings, Coach Simpson, Trey, Officer, Cyrus Hayes, I'm Sutton, JJ Hoops, what up? Colden, what up? Let's see, B-Run, what up? Let me get some more. Hawkman, 18, what up? You know who B-Run is.
I do not.
You don't know B-Run?
No.
He's no.
B-Run, if you're watching this, no, you're not.
He's the most interesting man in sports history.
I thought that was
Get to know B-Run. Well, I'm the most handsome man in sports history.
Yeah, I'm the most modest. We have fun in the broadcast booth. USC offensive rebound. They are severely out-rebounding the Orange right now. But they get that one right there. Shout out John Hudgens, 7-footer, for getting that one. Cruz, clear path to the basket, and take flight, my friend.
I'm telling you, JK, my man got skills to pay the bills if he can get it together.
Dang, I wish I had skills to pay the bills.
I'm not going to go where I almost went. There's Camp Fizzle. There's family.
Did you almost make the SWBA?
This popcorn, by the way, is really, really good. They have some fresh buttered popcorn. I'm really enjoying it. Would you like some of this popcorn?
I very much appreciate that, Rick. Thank you. What's your typical favorite concession snack when we're doing these broadcasts?
It depends on where I'm at, but in general, I keep it safe. Nachos. I feel like you can't go wrong with it. You can't really mess up nachos, right?
Hudgens finds him in the corner. Can't get it to go, though. But forces the turnover right there. Hudgens on the inside, trying to impose himself. Had 12 points in their loss to the Volunteers.
Syracuse, you have to score
in their
right,
last
right
outing.
now.
Syracuse
you need to score.
desperately needs some win in their sail. De'Aaron Cruz trying to make some magic happen. Can't. Dishes it back to his freshman fellow.
Good
John Hudgens. Another open three. Another one that won't fall. USC is benefiting heavily from these missed opportunities from Syracuse.
I'm going to tell Hudgens what my coach would tell me. Son, take a step in and get a closer shot. You can't make that one right now.
Tavon Galante with 2 missed threes and a forced turnover on that possession for Syracuse. Shout out our production team for giving us that tidbit of information. Gabe Pope gets the ball stripped from him. Going the other way is Syracuse. That steal was committed by Rebel Troy, sophomore from Connecticut.
What is he doing? JK, I'm confused. I thought the higher percentage shots were the ones closest to the basket.
Cruz on the inside and a slam, one-handed slam. 5-point deficit for the Orange.
So they can get this, get another timeout on the court.
And that's a timeout for the Trojans. 5 minutes, 39 seconds to play in this first half. And we will be right back. I need to get some more popcorn.
Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. We are back here from the Galen Center, and we have some news for you.
Wait, what did you say? Greetings and salutations. Okay.
Not the point, Rick. I joined SimWorld if you haven't already. SimWorld Sports, the best sports role-play experience in the world. You won't find a better one. So join us as a player, coach, fan, media member, or many, many more. We hope to see you join us more in the future. We thank you for joining our broadcast.
Hit the like button.
Also hit the like button. But I think, Rick, it's definitely interesting to talk about a developing story in this game. Syracuse 0 of 6 from 3. Both teams are combined. We're a combined 0 for 9. That's the first made three of the game right there from former Southeast Select star Gabe Pope.
No. Hey, that's a quick timeout. So USC, I guess the coaches look over the same stats we saw, right? They was not making the three. They put themselves in position coming out the timeout with a drawn up play for a three, and it goes in. When you're struggling, there's nothing like watching the ball go through the net. My God, There's not many greater feelings than that, JK.
Definitely. Gabe Pope, 5 points on the night. Very impressive showing. But I think the most impressive players on the floor tonight for USC have been Kason Driscoll and Anthony Sasser, combined 11 points in a combined 16 minutes between them.
Yeah, they get into the basket, they get to the book, they get into their spots. See, in college basketball, it's all about getting to your spot where you're most highly efficient at. I've seen that Syracuse turned down a few good looks underneath the basket, so we're going to see if they can turn those opportunities into points. And if USC can start getting hot from the three-point line, then this game can get ugly real soon.
Well, another thing I want to bring attention to, John Hudgens, the freshman, had 12 points in Syracuse's loss to Tennessee last week, has 3 turnovers early on in this game. Big dose of growing pains.
What flavor were they, JK?
For the rising star freshman. What?
What flavor were those turnovers?
I think apple, the only good flavor of turnover.
You've only had a good apple turnover?
I'm not a turnover guy.
Apparently he
Speaking
is.
of baking turnovers, nearly evaded one right there. They nearly evaded a turnover right there. No, sir. Another missed 3 for Syracuse. The woes from deep continue.
Yeah, that shot by Darren Cruz, good block. That shot by Darren Cruz is a great SWBA shot, but in college basketball, that'll drive your coach crazy.
Jaron Wilson with that block. Wilson, the senior leader of this Orange squad. He's the de facto mentor of John Hudgens, and Hudgens clearly needs some work on his game. He needs to kind of refine things a little bit, and if he does, he could be a very scary sight for the ACC.
Not too much on John Hudgens. Is, by the way, Yale's favorite prep player.
And that was a rebound from J-Mo, scoreless, but making his presence felt in other areas. Finds his cousin, Gabe Pope. Gabe Pope with a team lead, 7 points in the 10-point lead for the Trojans.
Yeah!
I'm glad you're having a good time, Rick.
That's the only time I know, JK.
Fair enough.
That time and bedtime, those 2 sounds I recognize.
Rick, I got a question. How many women in the stands tonight have you given your phone to?
That's crazy, JK. I don't give my phone number out, baby. DMs.
And that's a slam right there. That's Jackson McLean. Again. Had a couple early slams early on in this game. He's up to 6 points and 3 boards now.
Yeah, he's getting it done. The former Showtime prep ball player. He's getting it done here for USC on the glass.
That back 3 from Cruz. Another one.
His coach is pulling his hair out right now. I'm looking at him on the sideline. His coach is literally pulling his hair out.
If you're a Syracuse fan, you gotta miss Jim Boeheim right now. Jim Boeheim would actually have a heart attack on the sideline watching this.
Yeah, they traded in Jim Boeheim for Jim Beam at this point, JK.
I think that's what the Syracuse fans are doing, Rick.
That's what I mean.
You're talking about the program. Speaking of the program, that's a slam! 14-point lead for USC. Galen Center is rocking. That was Kaza Oswald on the slam. Riverside native, sophomore. Very nice piece off the bench for this Trojan squad.
Yeah, that's one thing Syracuse coach is doing. He's using those timeouts. We got nothing on the court.
Yep, and we're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. Do not go anywhere.
Who's over there? He's walking!
So, what have I missed?
Welcome back to the Galen Center, ladies and gentlemen, with just a 2 minutes and change to go in this first half. 32-18 lead for USC, and there's been little to be excited about for Syracuse. They're being out-rebounded 20-11. Rick?
Yeah. I mean, it's not pretty. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's pretty. Matter of fact, it's pretty ugly right now for the Qs. They gotta get some offense going, some offense flowing. They gotta get a bucket somewhere. So I don't care if somebody in the fans gotta bring the one out from the local Family Dollar. They have to get a bucket from somewhere.
I think it's worth mentioning Jackson McLean, 6 rebounds of his own. Quintel Patterson, 3 of his own. J-Mo with another 3. Those 3 combined have more rebounds than Syracuse's entire team.
That's crazy.
That's JK. They call me the stat man for a reason. Actually, my dad did call me that. And rejected. McLean again. McLean at these boards right now.
They rejected him.
Jackson McLean is a paint beast. J-Mo draws the foul. De'Aaron Cruz, that's his first. J-Mo with a chance to finally get on the board in the scoring column.
I like that. When you're struggling from the field, go to the paint, draw some contact, get to the free throw line. The free throw line is your friends, friends, unless you can't shoot free throws.
Rick, I didn't know you had friends.
Well, yeah, more associates though.
Associates?
My friends double as family.
What are we in an episode of Suits?
Something like that.
They gotta make your life a movie, Rick. You might be the most interesting man alive.
Just maybe.
Our production team is in my ear saying the same thing. They're like, "How are you doing this, JK?" And I don't know.
JK, who would play me in the film? Who should play my part?
Let's let the viewers at home decide that. J-Mo misses both. I think for you, I could kind of see. I gotta think on that.
Okay, we'll let the viewers put it in the chat.
What's your idea?
Yeah, I put it in the chat. I'm gonna let them say. I don't know. Yeah, put it in the chat. Who would play me in a movie? Who would play Rick Blaze? That's a good block, by the way.
Beautiful block from John Hudgens. Turning the ball over, but has definitely shown flashes of what he can be on the defensive end. Or Whiting, excuse me.
Lead is stretching, JK, like the elastic on the big girl's draws. They gotta get some points.
De'Aaron Cruz misses that one right at the rim. That's one you'd love to have back.
They got 25 seconds to see what they do with the ball.
Inside, that's Hudgens on J-Mo. Hudgens turning the ball over a lot. And rejected right there by Aiden Whiting. Syracuse with a chance to cut into this lead a little bit going into the break. Cruz, step back 3, and nothing but air. And we're going into halftime as the Trojans possess a 32-21 lead, as things probably could not have gone any worse in that first half of the Orange. And we're going to take you to our SimWorld U halftime report, brought to you by SimWorld TV, the only place where you can see the game and be the game. And that was a 20 minutes of basketball to forget for the Orange. Rick, what'd they do so poorly?
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing. Somebody called Cruz a clown. That's funny. He's not a clown, but that was funny. That caught me off guard. If you're Syracuse, you have to be able to make shots. And I don't care. I don't want to put it all on Cruz. He's a freshman. They got guys that's been there before. Warren that we mentioned earlier. There's other guys need to step up. The team as a total needs to step up to do better. The defense isn't terrible. They have some good blocks by Whitey on the other end, but the offense, you have to make shots to win the ball game.
You definitely have a great point there, and USC has just been lights out. You see the field goal percentage divide. They're shooting 26%.
Come on, bro.
That was a first half to forget. Stay tuned for some more second half action coming right up.
This set score sucks in badminton.
SimWorld presents Around the Table with E and the Fat Man. What's up, everyone? This is Big Bob.
And this is Elava.
And we are the co-hosts of Around the Table with Ian the Fat Man.
Around the Table is the SimWorld Sports podcast where Big Bob and I give our takes on various sports from around the world.
Make sure to tune in every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time to hear our takes.
And don't forget to join in the conversation with us on Discord at discord.gg/SimWorld Hoops.
And make sure to follow us on Twitter and YouTube at SimWorld 4K. And as always, see the game, be the game.
Later, folks.
Welcome back to second half action here during the SimWorld U broadcast. We have 20 minutes to go in this one. Headed into the second frame. Beautiful move, De'Aaron Cruz. Ended the first half with an ugly air ball and opens the second half with a beautiful drive to the basket. We mentioned he's a scorer, not a shooter, and you have seen that over the last 10 minutes of game action.
And I got the perfect answer for how to make De'Aaron Cruz not shoot air balls again, ever again. Stop shooting them. Just don't shoot it, son. Go to the basket. That's what God intended for you to do. Go to the basket.
J-Mo in the corner right there. No good. Rebounded is Wilson. Abdul Rahman with that one. Whiting.
Oh.
McLean with the defense right there. 8 boards and 2 blocks for Jackson McLean. He's been the MVP of the night for the Trojans. However,
we'll get that out of there.
I don't know what I just saw right there, but it was not pretty.
Yeah, he tried to bring Kool-Aid to a gym party. Has he frozen? He's been frozen. Let it go.
And a clear path and a slam, Mr. Rick.
Yeah, he was frozen.
On that slam was Azad Abdul Rahman.
Some nice accent on the last night.
Rahman, beautiful play right there. On the inside. Defense is there. Whiting gets the board. This Syracuse team has promise, but they have a long ways to go till they need that.
I mean, my guy, he gonna shoot that shot apparently.
He really takes after you then, Rick.
You gotta shoot your shot. You gotta shoot your shot, baby. Shooter's gonna shoot.
Whiting called for his second foul, going to the line for the Trojans is Anthony Sasser, 6'8" junior, 6'8", 230. Anthony Sasser, a key proponent of this USC team that dominates the post. 2 rebounds,
Sasser,
1 block in this one
player.
so far.
Solid player. He's not for a lot of frills. He just put his blue collar on. He just gets to work in the post. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna.
Not
do
everybody needs to be a box score warrior, though, Rick.
Everybody can't be a box score warrior. Exactly. He's one of those guys who does the dirty work for his team. That helps his team win, and he's a part of the reason why they're up 33-25 right now.
Hoping to make it 34-25 is Sasser.
Unless you just jinxed him.
I said hoping.
You did good.
Come on, Rick. Listen up, man.
If you're Syracuse, you definitely need a basket. You don't want to go down.
You need a basket every possession if you're Syracuse.
You should definitely.
And that's not going to help your case. Bad turnover right there. Stolen by you. It's that man again, Gabe Pope. We know what he can do on the defensive end before, Rick.
Yes, sir. He can lock it down with the best of them.
And the oop right up there. Quintel Patterson finds Anthony McLean. Or
Jackson McLean.
Jackson McLean.
His nickname,
Excuse me.
Nickname Anthony.
Jackson McLean.
Anthony McLean.
Yeah, Anthony Sasser, Jackson McLean, Athens, but Jackson McLean has been the best player for USC tonight. Syracuse seems to have no answers for Jackson McLean.
Syracuse will have no answers for Syracuse either.
All right, let's be less hard on the orange. J-Mo trying to get something going, but has the mismatch on White and can't do anything about it, though. Quintel Patterson, haven't said his name a lot tonight. Draws the screen from McLean. That rhymed. And Patterson can't get the shot to go. Going the other way is Syracuse. John Hudgens with the ball. Tatted up. And making some turnovers tonight is
You got a mouse in the house. That's easy money. That's easy. Where's he going?
Went up and under with it for no reason, but it still works. Get the shot to go. 9-point deficit for Syracuse now. 16 minutes to play in this one.
Yeah, John Hudgens is trying to make the top 10. You see, that was like, oh, they watching me. Let me try to make a layup all pretty and fancy.
No need to make that fancy.
Cut it. The dude's 5'9". Cut it.
Yeah. And that's the timeout for USC. 9-point lead. Jackson McLean, 8 points, 8 rebounds, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. Big performance from the big man.
Jackson McLean is getting it done for USC tonight. This is what I expect from the young man. Seen him playing at Showtime the last few years in prep ball. So he stayed at home in LA, and now he's playing for the Trojans. And that's what he does. He gets rebounds, he blocks shots. He's the defensive presence that USC needs.
Yeah, and we're going to remind you about some SimWorld U broadcasts tomorrow night. Some more action for you to tune into. The Michigan State Spartans, my Michigan State Spartans, taking on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets in Game 1, and then the Stanford Cardinal and the Creighton Blue Jays in Game 2. You're gonna have me and Tim Stevens on that second game. We're gonna have B-Ron and J.R. Storm on the opener. Only on SimWorld TV. Don't miss it.
Got the Yellow Jackets taking their first game.
Get out of the booth. Don't bring that weak shit near me, man. And that's a foul on Azad Abdul-Rahman. Quintel Patterson going to the line for USC right now. 15:47 to play in this one. And Autry is mad about something, which is not surprising because it feels like he should be mad about everything. USC trying to make this lead bigger. Patterson was great in their opener against the Sooners. Has been a little bit quieter tonight, but it's been mainly the big men who have contributed for USC.
Yeah, the big man has really been putting in work with Sasser and McLean. But you know, the guards have been doing their thing too. Gabe Pope has been doing this thing. J-Mo more on the defensive end and rebounding in. But it's been a team effort tonight for USC. If they just keep playing like they're playing, they're 15 minutes from glory.
Absolutely. Just 15 minutes away from a 2-0 start for head coach Eric Musselman. Had a great tenure at Arkansas and then left abruptly when the USC job opened after Andy Enfield left for the SMU Mustangs.
I would leave Arkansas for California too. It's a no-brainer.
I think Arkansas is doing just fine with Coach Cal there now. They did lose to Davidson, but I'm not worried about it. DJ Wagner, Norvell DeJohn Jones, they're gonna get it going.
No, those are great group of guys. I agree.
DJ Wagner, there's a reason he's a top SWBA prospect. But back to the game at hand right now. Goaltending on John Hudgens. Bad mistake there. That was probably going to find the bottom of the net anyway.
I don't
Just some
mind
growing pains for this freshman. John Hudgens has shown glimpses of stardom tonight, and he's had some real lapses of judgment and some bad unforced errors.
Well, I don't really mind that. That's a hustle play. That's a hustle call. Hey, I'm trying to block the shot. He got by the initial guard because he's not holding the guard. So I'm trying to come on the weak side and help out and I came late, but I'm trying, Coach. I don't mind that play. I know it's still
That's
2
fair.
points, but I don't mind. I don't mind the hustle.
He is still a true freshman. There are going to be growing pains, Rick. So I think that's kind of what we have to remember.
Another missed layup. How many missed layups
to further eat into this deficit
on both teams? There've been a lot.
So Rick, I would love to hear from you. What team are you most and least impressed by early on in the SimWorld U season?
That's a good question. The lowest hanging fruit would be Duke, so I'm not going to go there as far as impressed. I'm going to say I'm most impressed by Alabama. I mean, for a number 7 seed, you can argue they're playing like a top 5 seed right now, and they can, like Jalen said, they can win in a myriad of ways. They can beat you inside with 11 color. They can beat you from the perimeter with DJ Childs. And also they got the other third scorer on the team as well. So they play team defense. I'm most impressed with them. Least impressed. Also the lowest hanging fruit would be Oklahoma, so I'm not going to go there. I'm going to say Miami. Believe it or not. Yeah, I mean, now that we've seen what Marquette has done against other teams, I think it says more about Miami maybe not being as sharp as they should be. They badly squeaked, but matter of fact, they should have lost the Marquette game. And I know everybody gets up for the champs and gives them their best shot. I get that. But I think we all came into that game expecting Miami to beat the brakes off of them, and when you see they almost lost, I think it's a little bit disappointing for the champs. You did. I expect the number 1 team that had the great recruiting class that they did to beat the brakes off the 25th ranked team going in. I did. Man, I've seen most of the country
Smart
did.
is a defensive-minded coach. He's not letting any team beat the brakes off of his squad. Alex Rodriguez went off. I gotta say I'm impressed with what Arizona's done.
Yeah.
How they handled Alex Rodriguez after his game against Miami is masterful.
I agree with that. That's a good point. They start, and now the first loss of the season that they took to Alabama don't look so bad. Now, because they actually had probably the most competitive game out of the games that Alabama has played. So now it's like, oh, they weren't as bad as we thought they were. Alabama was just that good.
Alabama is that good. Levin Cutler has proven to been as advertised as a true freshman. He's getting acclimated right away, whereas some other true freshmen like John Hudgens need more time to kind of find their footing. But I think Hudgens will get there. I'm not worried about him. It's game 2 of his SimWorld U career. Still got another season and change to go.
So we get a good shot right here. No, they just chucking
Bad
right
shot
now.
from Wilson there. I don't know what you're seeing. That was an awful shot.
Yeah, clear the bench. Go ahead and clear the bench. Put some other guys in. Let's see what they can do at this point.
Ooh, off the scoop. Gets it to go. 13-point lead for the Trojans.
Yeah, I mean this game is starting looking like it should be rated 17 plus. It's getting ugly out here.
Oh, feels like a rated R movie right now.
Yeah. It's looking like a massacre. But 31-44, they're not down by a lot of points. But when you're Syracuse, you're shooting 26% from the field, that seems like an eternity, right? Somebody has to get hot on the orange in order to give this team a chance to get back in the game. Because those 13 points right now feel like a lot when you can't shoot the ball.
They're shooting pretty much 29% from the floor now. They're being out-rebounded 30-23 now. And USC is shooting 50% from the floor.
Yeah. You can't be shooting 29% and give up 50%. That math ain't mathing.
However, we talked about John Hudgens 3 turnovers. J-Mo has 3 turnovers of his own. Has 3 assists, 3 turnovers. Not the assist to turnover ratio you want to see from the young man.
Another second chance point and put back for USC. They running these boys out the gym right now.
Syracuse, like I mentioned, J-Mo, 3 assists, 3 turnovers. What do you make of this performance from the true freshman?
I mean, I think he's at his... Oh, good move. I think he's at an even split. I mean, he's helped out with 3 shots. And he's gave the ball over 3 times. He's at 0 right now. So, you know, again, these young men, they're freshmen. They're gonna make mistakes. I think the coach is looking for, can you stay focused on the task at hand, and can you have a short-term memory to make the next play, right? In this line of business, as a player coming in with this kind of pressure, you have to have the memory like a whale or some kind of animal who has very short-term memory. A dolphin, or a goldfish. A dolphin. Or I think goldfish.
That's the saying, Rick. But that triple that just fell right there for USC came courtesy of Kaza Oswald.
Oswald, I like that.
Get your head out again, Rick.
I just said I like Oswald. What was so interesting about that?
Everything you say is interesting. That's staying with Syracuse. A little bit of hand fighting right there. Feels like that's gonna be me and you in and out after this game.
Nah, one hit a quitter, brother.
Don't touch my animal fries. I can't believe I just got rejected by the Rick Blaze.
You wouldn't be the first, brother. You all right? You'll be okay.
I'm gonna go cry after this broadcast. Going to the line is USC. Looks a little bit disgruntled with that call. Jamarcus Bratton, not a big team captain, not a fan of that one.
Yeah, and if you're Syracuse, there's a lot of stuff to not be a fan of right now tonight. It's just
Jeez.
You're badgering the witness at this point. You're just badgering the witness if you're the Trojans. Way to come out to USC and make a statement in the game. Again, tonight was a night about separating, right? When you put oil and water together, at some point they have to separate. So I think these teams, not only tonight but the other games around the SimWorld U community, that you starting to see teams. It's tiers to this. This is like all 2 and 1s aren't created equal, right? All 1 and 2s aren't created equal, and you're starting to see the separation between those types of teams now in the league.
Going through, cannot penetrate the defense. Rushed the shot a little bit, didn't get it to go. This is just, you mentioned the statement win for USC, if they can pull it off. They are up 18 with 10 minutes to play. I've seen crazier things, but if they can pull this off, this is a statement. You beat Oklahoma, and now you demolish Syracuse on your home floor. And Syracuse needs a timeout after that dunk. 53-33, just under 10 to play here from the Galen Center. We're going to take a quick break.
Somebody call Katie.
Welcome back to sunny Southern California, where tomorrow night we're going to remind you a second time, because we love you that much. Michigan State at Georgia Tech down in Atlanta, and then Stanford at Creighton. Ethan Letterman Jr., Mark Chisholm going to take the floor tomorrow night. That's some fun games here on SimWorld TV. But we're also going to remind you of the SimWorld Prep action, because SimWorld Prep deserves some love too. The Northwest Hoops Summit starts next Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Do not miss it for the world. You should not.
And
I don't know what's more important than SimWorld Prep basketball, but let's talk about the SimWorld TV impact player of this game. We see USC with a 20-point lead. Who stands out to you?
Well, you know, they mentioned Jackson McLean, and, you know, I like Jackson McLean's game a lot tonight. We both mentioned him. 8 points, got a bunch of rebounds, got some blocks. He did a little bit of everything for the team, what they expected him to do, and made it tough for USC. USC and Syracuse, but especially Syracuse, have missed a lot of layups, a ton of layups tonight, and a lot of that is because Jackson McLean was a deterrent.
Well said, Rick. Aiden Whiting fouled right there. Anthony Sasser going back to the line. 7 and 3 from Sasser on the night. 2 of 2 from the floor.
Sasser
and has made all 3 of his free throw attempts.
Yeah, big fella got a little touch on him.
Let's see if his 4th and 5th attempts from the line can fall tonight.
Oh, you
and I announced her jinxed him.
Oh,
What do you know?
you did it. Oh, you did it.
I knew I was going to as soon as I said it. I guess I'm just clairvoyant.
Your name is Clara who?
People of the SimWorld Hoops community, if you want tomorrow's lottery numbers, I am clairvoyant. So
Did you
if
say
you
your,
would like those,
your
please
name
let me
is?
know.
Oh, you say your name is Clara Voyant?
Clairvoyant? That means you can like see into the future?
No, I thought you said your name is Clara Voyant.
No, clairvoyant is a real word.
Okay, I'm not saying. I understand now. I thought you were saying something else.
All good, Rick. All good. De'Aaron Cruz with the ball right now has done great in the paint. Has done not so great from everywhere else.
This is true. That sounds weird, but it's true. Oh my God.
Another bad break for Syracuse. Hudgens on the move can't get that one to go.
Oh, somebody call Clairvoyant, please.
We keep cracking up, man. Patterson.
Oh, with a wild shot.
Nope. On the inside, that's Cruz doing what he does best, attacking the basket. I don't know why he shot 6 threes tonight.
I'm with you. I'm sure the coaching staff be working diligently to beat that out of him. Well, I mean, not beat it out of him literally, but to make sure he takes.
What did I just hear?
And what he's been taking.
Beat it out of him.
I had to correct the verbiage. Take better shots.
Rick, you're talking crazy tonight. You need to correct that verbiage.
That is not me. That's clairvoyant.
54-37 lead for USC. At the line is Quintel Patterson. And misses it. 17-point lead for USC, stays at 17. Patterson with just 4 points on 2 of 10 shooting tonight. Rough showing from the sophomore.
Yeah, he's gonna wish he had had this game back. But look, you gotta have memory of a goldfish, and you gotta forget about it. Get better in practice, and then wait till your next opportunity, and and do what you gotta do.
Very well said, Rick Blaze. You are a very smart man.
Yeah,
I know I make fun of your intelligence or lack thereof. You're smart.
Yeah, I know this. The state of Texas feels the same way.
I'm actually going to be in the state of Texas this weekend, so you will not hear me on SimWorld Prep broadcasts. I will be in Galveston. Shout out Charles Barkley.
You gonna be in Galveston for real?
No, that's a backcourt violation for the Orange. USC ball. I will be in Dallas for some SimWorld U football action.
Good job.
Gonna watch my Longhorns take on the Sooners. Quinn Ewers is back, and I could not be more excited.
Yeah, you should need to keep Manning in. Anyway, we're back to the game.
No, they do not.
We're back to the game. The jump shot is good.
That was the most enthusiastic that jump shot is good I've ever heard.
USC is pressing in the second half. I guarantee you, the coach of Syracuse is going to remember this moment, and he's not taking too kindly to USC pressing while being up by so many points.
And a slam from Quintel Patterson, man. Gets the foul right out. Picks up a foul right after, but massacre on the floor at the Galen Center tonight. This is like what happens when I play you in 2K. Rick.
What happens?
You get demolished.
And then you wake up.
This is fake news, ladies and gentlemen.
It's okay to dream. We all have dreams. But at some point, you gotta wake up, JK.
Fair enough. Abdul Rahman trying to make some offense happen for Syracuse tonight. Have had very little of that take place in the second half.
And he's a good scorer himself. I think maybe they want to get him a little bit close to the basket. I think from 15 to 18 feet, he can be dangerous and really good for them. But the long range shot, that's not really his game just yet.
22-point lead for the Trojans.
Good pass.
J-Mo on the inside kicks it back out to Patterson. Patterson draws the foul from John Hudgens, his second of the night.
I like this Patterson guy.
Patterson.
I like him. I love his physicality. He wants to go to the basket. He will not be denied at the basket. It will behoove you to get out of his way, or he's going to draw the foul.
Would just like to give a shout out to our phenomenal production team here at SimWorld Hoops. A lot of what we do would not be possible without them, and they are the unsung heroes of this.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. Shout out to the production team, the production crew, the producers, the tech team, everybody. You guys do a fantastic job. You got the lighting on my
crew.
You got the lighting on my face just right. I just appreciate all you do.
Yeah. Dude, our makeup team makes you look not ugly for the first time in your life, so
wait,
I bet
you
you're
have
very
a makeup?
thankful for them too.
You have I don't wear makeup. You have a makeup? I always tell the lady no when she comes. She don't even come to my door anymore.
Oh no,
I'm not judging. I just want to let you know that I just heard something
through the grapevine through B-Rock.
Yeah, no, okay. Yeah. It's cool. You can do the makeup, bro. I'm not judging. Like a lot of people wear the makeup, but I'm just saying, just be careful. That stuff runs and smears sometimes. So I've been told. I don't wear the makeup.
Rick, I know we're in California right now. What site are you most excited to see in California tonight? That is not SimWorld related.
I'm gonna go by Earl's. Get some eat. Earl's on Crenshaw.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Not what I was going to expect. I expected maybe the Hollywood sign or In-N-Out, but
I'm gonna go Earl's on Crenshaw, baby.
I'm more of a Rodeo Drive kind of guy. I got lavish tastes. So if any of you would like to walk a mile in the shoes of JK, meet me on Rodeo Drive.
It's going down on Rodeo Drive, huh?
Fun fact, I actually met Ben Simmons on Rodeo Drive when I was in middle school.
Really? Oh, that's when he was good.
Yes. And that's a shot clock violation. Syracuse's disastrous night gets even worse.
And if you're the Syracuse fans, you're the Syracuse hopeful, you have the bag over your face right now. You just trying to get this game over. You wish it was a nightmare, but it's reality. You just want to get out. You just want to leave this game with nobody being hurt. The feelings are already hurt. We just don't want nobody physically hurt at the end of the game for staying in the game too long.
Just a reminder for you all to tune into SimWorld Today tomorrow.
Tune in to SimWorld Today tomorrow. That sounds weird saying it that way. Tune in to SimWorld Today tomorrow.
Well, we can't tune in to today's SimWorld Today. Well, I mean, you can't. But there's another SimWorld Today edition of SimWorld Today on tap for tomorrow.
So also tomorrow is Rick's Blazing Takes coming on at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock Eastern time. And you know, it's a show that tomorrow I'm gonna be talking about a few things. I'm gonna be talking about these freshmen. I'm gonna talk about this game. I'm gonna talk about the diaper dandies in SimWorld U. Who's looking really good and who's not, and who needs some more time, some more seasoning in the oven, right? Also, I'm gonna talk about talking that talk. We're gonna talk about some stuff that's been on my chest that I gotta get off my chest. Is my blazing take for tomorrow, and I give you a hint. It does include Iowa. Then that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna save the rest for tomorrow. Tune in, SimWorld, only place you can see the game, be the game. And if you haven't hit the like button, you still listening, shame on you. Your mother gets no Christmas gifts from me.
I don't know why any of our mothers would want a Christmas gift from you, but that's nice of you to give them out.
I'll call Miss Susan right now. I'll get some out of line on live TV.
Is that the festive spirit for you, Rick Blaze?
Well, I don't understand that question.
Is that you in embracing the giving time of year?
Oh, of course, 100%.
Yeah, and if you give my mom a Christmas present, I'll be in the giving mood too, and I'll give you a black eye.
Oh, JK, you slay me.
Ellie right there can't connect on it though. A little bit high, a little bit of miscommunication, just like me and Rick on this broadcast. For legal reasons, I am joking. With 2 minutes 55 to play in this game, USC has an 18-point lead. They've had their foot on the gas since the start, and they never really let up.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say at this point, JK, everybody needs to just go home.
I'm shocked that this place is still as packed as it is, given the state of this game.
That's because the tickets are high as hell in California. I paid out of state too. All that money paid for these tickets.
That's fair. Tickets ain't cheap anymore. I remember when I was a wee little lad, I used to be able to go to a ball game for a nickel.
What?
Sorry, I was quoting E-Lava.
That was an E-Lava quote?
Allegedly.
Okay.
I cannot confirm or deny that.
We got 2:11 in progress.
USC is going. Barring a miracle from Syracuse, they're going to.
There ain't no miracle in hell having boys come out from 20 points in 2 minutes left. Boy, stop.
Do you know the legend of Tracy McGrady?
There ain't no Tracy's out here on this court. There ain't no Tracy McGrady, no Tracy Chapman, no Tracy nobody.
Not even a Tracy Morgan on this court.
It's not even a Tracy Tremblaz on there. It's nobody named Tracy on this court.
Actually, my mom's name is Tracy, but...
Oh, I know.
What? Why do you know that?
2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Let's get to the end, guys.
Also, I want to remind you all to tune into, in addition to the J-Rock show this week, JR Storm and I have a very special guest planned for you all, where we're going to kind of talk to them about their SimWorld U season thus far, and kind of pick their brain on what they found to be the most interesting aspects of the young season. So please stay tuned for that. That'll be dropping on Friday at 4 o'clock Eastern. Don't miss it.
We're going to just let the air out for the next 121. If you're USC, you're in no rush. You'll take the shot clock down on every possession. You just want to get out of here. The damage is already done.
How do you bounce back from a victory like this? Now you're 0-2 if you're Syracuse. What do you really do to kind of get yourself back on track?
Well, you gotta go back. You gotta get back to the fundamentals. Like, if nothing else, we should be able to take. Man, that's a good shot. If nothing else, we should be able to make as a profession, as a college team, we should be able to make 40% of our shots. Right. So they miss a lot of layups. They miss a lot of open shots. So let's get back to basics. Can we do what we know we are capable of doing, which is making layups and making open jump shots? Let's build off of that first. We gotta start back. That's score number one. It's a lot more season left, so we're not jumping off the building. It's too much season left, but we got to start.
I would hope they're not jumping off a building.
And we got to do the basics really, really well first. And we ain't got to stop all the fouling. Dang it, it's 29 seconds left. It's a wrap, Jack. Don't do no more fouling. So we get up out of here.
The next time we will see both of these teams in action is next week. USC heads on the road to Fort Worth to take on the TCU Horned Frogs. whereas the Orange have a very long break after this.
A much needed break.
Yeah, time to get right.
Time to get right. You know, these programs, the coaches' leashes aren't as long as they used to be. So, you know, the expectations for all these teams involved and the expectation for these coaches, and going down 0-2 is not making the alumni happy, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. I know if I was a donor or a booster for that program, I'm crapping myself right now.
Will we all agree the best Syracuse player all time is Carmelo? Yes, I think that's
obviously.
I think that's universal, right? Yeah. I thought it was too.
But with the 65-44 victory, USC improves to 2-0, really building on their case to be in the SP Top 25, whereas Syracuse falls to 0-2. That's gonna wrap this one up here from the Galen Center in Southern California. I'm JK, joined alongside Rick Blaze. A disastrous night for Syracuse, a phenomenal night for USC. We thank you all for tuning into our SimWorld U doubleheader. Until tomorrow night.
See the game, be the game, boys and girls.
This has been a presentation of SimWorld Sports.